Do you have a brand new HubSpot CRM, empty portal, and you're ready to fill it in with all of your client data? This video is going to address that, from manual imports to syncing and all of the cool tools you have now in Data Studio. Hey everyone, I'm CJ Maurer with The Gist. Welcome back to another one of our strategic HubSpot tutorial demos. Like I said, bringing your clients into your CRM is absolutely critical if you're going to use it. You want to be able to market to those clients. You maybe want to be able to support those clients through ticketing and help desk. So that all starts with bringing your clients into the CRM. So before I jump into that, I want to show you this new page on data management software. It's really great. We're still only, at the time of this recording, a little over a month out from Inbound 2025, where a ton of great product updates were announced. One big thing is that Operations Hub was rebranded to Data Hub, and they also evolved it with a bunch of really great tools, things like Data Studio, data syncing, more advanced tools when it comes to data enrichment, and just, in short, a great way to get a better handle on your data. So if I go into Data Studio right here, this is just such a great page. I love, by the way, how HubSpot has turned a lot of its app pages into, it's almost like a hybrid between a traditional app page where you would go and configure something and a knowledge base, right? So they've basically baked in a bunch of use cases and instructions right here, which I think has been so helpful when they're rolling out these new tools, because now you can just watch this video and get a sense for what all of this means. This is a 7-minute video here, and if you're really trying to get a handle of what you can do with all of this, I highly recommend watching this video as well as this video that I'm making. Okay, so what we can see here is we can start to connect an an external source. We can actually start syncing data from other sources like Google Sheets. But right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the basic, right? What is something that's everyone's familiar with? Importing your client records. So I actually have a sample import right here. I got my header row right here. And what I want to do is I want to import both companies and contacts, because companies are kind of useless to have in your CRM if you don't have the people that you speak to at those companies in there as well. You don't have anybody to email unless you have contacts, and you don't have anybody to serve and support. What we have here are the first couple of columns are all contact properties: email, first name, last name, job title, phone, and company name as a contact property. Then company name, the company property, domain, phone, city, and industry. So this is a file that I've already exported as a CSV, which means I'm ready to import it into the CRM. So traditionally, I'm going to go to add companies. I'm going to go to import. Now, this is cool because this also is HubSpot's way to remind you that there's other ways to bring in data into your CRM. We're going to import this file, but we can connect an app and sync it from other apps right here, transfer your data, and then use Data Studio to transform your data, which is really cool. But right now, we're just going to stick with the import. I'm going to click Start and Import, and this is really great. What are you bringing in? Well, we're bringing in companies and contacts. Multi-object import. Is this a single file or multiple files? It's a single file. Do we want to create and update companies, create new companies only, or update new companies only? We're going to create and update companies. We're going to create and update contacts. Why does it ask this? Well, there are a couple of unique identifiers in the CRM. For contacts, the unique identifier is the email address. You can have multiple contacts with the same first name or last name or job title or company name or even phone number. You cannot have multiple contacts with the same email address. So if I was doing an import, but there already was a record in the CRM with the email address evan.morales@atlasfield-example.com, then it's not going to create a duplicate record. It's only going to overwrite the existing record with any new data that happens to be on this spreadsheet. And for companies, the unique identifier is the domain name, right? There's other unique identifiers that you can have in your CRM. For example, HubSpot assigns a very unique record ID to every single record in your CRM. But if they're not imported yet, then they don't have the record ID. So sometimes you can export all of your contacts and companies from HubSpot. then the first column in that export file would be the record ID, and then you can use that to match if you wanted to add new columns in your spreadsheet, to override it with new data, to prevent it from creating duplicates. But again, right now we're focused on bringing your clients into the CRM for the first time. So I'm going to proceed with my import, and now I'm going to choose my file, and I'm going to choose this file right here, and everything looks good so far. The language of my column headers are in English. I'm going to hit next, and this is where I map the contact and company fields. Right? So if you remember, the first several were all contact properties. Okay, this is contact property email, first name, last name, job title, phone number, looks good. This is a contact property for company name. Cool. Now, company name, you can see this is going to company properties. Company property, company name. Company domain name. Company, no, that's not company code. We want phone number. So I've switched that out. Contact properties, nope. This needs to be a company property, and it needs to be the city. So as you can see here, you're really just going through and updating, if when needed, industry. This is interesting. This has an error. This is a great use case. I'm going to show you in a second. But as you can see, you're really just making sure that whatever column in the spreadsheet matches with the HubSpot property that you need to receive it, right? And it's really important to make sure that you're choosing the right object type, contact or company. And you really just want to go through it one by one. Now, you also have the ability to not import a column, right? So if I didn't want to import domain name, oftentimes when you're importing contacts from a spreadsheet, there's plenty of columns in that spreadsheet that are not relevant in your CRM. You can always just not import. But if I go, I'm going to set this back to company properties, and this is website URL, or do we call this domain? Yeah, company domain name. Boom. And you can see right here, see this key? This is a unique identifier, right? For contact, it's email. For company, it's company domain name. Now here there's errors, and I'm like, okay, so what are these errors? Well, this is actually pretty easy to see. In this demo portal, there are two industry properties. One of them is open text, and one of them is a drop-down select pick list. So you can see right here, there are errors because some of the names of these industries are not an option in the pick list property I'm trying to import it into. So I would either have to go and create a new replacement value, or just say, all right, field services, maybe we can say this is construction. Logistics, maybe we'll call this, logistics and supply chain. Managed services, maybe we just call this, I don't know, consumer services, information, legal services, right? I don't think I would do that in this situation. And then software, right? So maybe that's one option, is I'm going to say, all right, anyone that has this, put to this. The other option is maybe I need to actually create a new property, industry. Ooh, same one, right? So let's do this. So let's do construction. Let's do logistics, professional services, professional training and coaching, and software. All right, so now these know where to go, and I fixed this, which means I'm good to proceed with my import. I'm going to call this test import October 2025. I'm going to create a list of contacts. I'm going to check this box, and you know what? Let's enrich these records. If you haven't checked out our video on data enrichment, specifically how to automate data enrichment, I highly recommend you do that. Baseline data enrichment is free. You can just toggle some switches on and HubSpot will automatically enrich your records. And then there's other advanced enrichment and summarization and research you can do using workflows and Breeze AI. It's really, really cool. But yeah, why not enrich these records? So now I'm just going to click finish, and we're just going to wait for it to be done. And it looks like we've imported 12 rows, 17 new records. So why don't I go to my companies here in this demo account, do create date. And here we are, boom, these 4. So I'm gonna do a filter. I'm gonna say import is any of, test import. So here we go. I don't need this column. I don't need this. I've got my industry. And I'm gonna say all of these are gonna go to myself. Now I'm gonna click into one of these records. And I've got my company data and I've got my contacts, Riley Quinn and Luke Garcia. If you know me personally, you know exactly why I love both of those 2 first names and why my 3rd child would feel left out. Anyways, so that's how you import clients, contacts, companies. Now, let's remember, let's go back actually to companies. Let's do an import, or pretend like we're gonna do an import. We can now sync from other apps. Do you got AirCall, Square, Pipedrive, all of these other apps? This is just really quick and easy. Google Contacts, cool, right? But don't forget that we have access to the HubSpot marketplace, right? We can go to apps. This is where you can search for any other app. Maybe you want to integrate with Microsoft Dynamics or NetSuite. A lot of these integrations, NetSuite's an ERP system, so that's, they're a little bit more complicated. A lot of these integrations are very easy to install, and if you already have that software, you can just do it and map your fields. It's just a little bit of a different interface. So that's another way to bring your clients into the CRM. Let's go back. Boom. Let's go back to Data Studio. Oh, actually, let's go to data integration. That's here. Okay, let's actually go back to Data Studio. Connect an external source. This is where you can start syncing from things like Google Sheets. View your sources in Manager. I don't want to go too deep into this because this could be a really long video. But again, what are your options? Manual import, integrate with another app, or sync things like from Google Sheets, where you can now go select, open your Google Drive. I'm not going to do it all now because I don't want to show my personal data. And there's just more ways than ever to bring clients into your CRM. Not only bring them in there, but automatically enrich them and summarize them, build data sets around them, manage all of that. It's really, really important. As you know, CRM is only as good as your data. You are either enabled by or constrained by the quality and the organization of your data. So that's how you do it in HubSpot. Import, sync, integrate, whatever it is, bring your client records into your CRM, make it clean, make it easy, enrich them, and watch your business grow. Once again, I'm CJ Maurer with The Gist. Thanks so much for sticking around, watching this video. We love making them for you. As a reminder, subscribe to the Spotlight. There's a link in the description. The Spotlight is our weekly newsletter where we drop a strategic HubSpot use case in your inbox every Monday morning at 10 a.m. It's a growing list. A lot of people like it. You'll get a video, an article, and a bunch more information to help you better leverage HubSpot to orchestrate your business's growth. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.